welcome to MotoGP Free Practice 2 at Silverstone this weekend, and for once I don't think it's actually going to rain. How long will that last? We don't know. We have another 45 minutes of racing today when it comes to the Free Practice 2, and then further amounts of racing and qualifying and Free Practice 3 and 4 tomorrow, and then on the race on Sunday. This is going to be interesting. Right, so I'll take you through what happened in Free Practice 1. First was Johann Zarco, second was Bagnaia, Rins was third, Quartararo was fourth, Nakagami fifth, surprisingly. Aleix Espargaro came in sixth, Viñales seventh, Mir was eighth, Martin was ninth, Binder was 10th, Brad that is, and then that's the end of the top 10. Now let's go over to the commentary box with Joshua for FP2.
Thanks, Megan. And the green light is on at the end of the pit lane. We're underway for another 45-minute session then here for Practice 2, the British Grand Prix at Silverstone. Jorge Martin just heading out onto the circuit as well. Track conditions, well, they've actually decreased since this morning. Track temperature's at 33 degrees. Air temperature is only at 18 degrees as well. A little bit of cloud around. Humidity is at 46% as well, so there's still a chance of still keeping a dry session. As we say that, we've got a little bit of sunshine in the pit lane, but it is Silverstone and everything changes over as quickly as we can say it as well. It rolls in quite big time. Now, the top 10 automatically, we're showing the current session, but if we take a look at combined times just quickly, if we've switched them over, the top 10 from Free Practice 1 automatically qualify for qualifying 2 if they remain in that top 10. So the combined top 10 for the 3 practice sessions go in towards the qualifying 2 automatically. So at the current time, it's Zarco, Bagnaia, Rins, Quartararo, Nakagami, Aleix Espargaro, Viñales, Mir, Martin and Binder, the 10 drivers who are going through to the next session as well. Now, alongside me in the commentary box is Richie once again, my partner at PSGL as well. Hi, Richie, you all right?
Yep, I'm excited for this session. Are you?
I really am, yeah. It's nice to be home for the British Grand Prix. Nice to have some action. Definitely. And nice to finally have another voice on the MotoGP team for a session, because usually it's just me and Megan talking nonsense. So it's nice to have you as well. MotoGP, always exciting. Always quite on the limit as well. And it's at Silverstone. There's nothing better to ask for than a race at home.
No, obviously, MotoGP, I think in certain circumstances can be even more extreme than Formula One. Obviously, with some of these drivers have to take mega risks, especially going around the corners, and they're nearly on the floor. So it's quite an extreme sport, to say the least.
I'm loving it. Just bring it on as well. The atmosphere is already bubbling as well, as we'll switch back to the current and combined throughout the session. So now we've got Fabio Quartararo coming round. Exit of Vale in towards Club Corner as well. Just got a little bit of arm issue there as well. Just moving it back up, of course. It's a different start line than what we have in Formula One. Formula One used the international wing section. We use the national pit straight. Exit of Woodcote in towards Copse Corner. And there we're seeing the long lap penalty area, which is down at turn 14, which is the loop as well. And they're still looking up there as well. We've got a bit of a problem with our mics, apparently. Not mics, streaming issues, I believe, which is being caused by something. So I think they can hear us but can't see us properly. It's coming and going, which is good. Hello to SHT. It's gone now, you see. Just a little issue. A little issue. We're still on. SHT says, hello, mate. McLaren have communicated to Daniel Ricciardo that he intends to replace it with Oscar Piastri in F1 next season. Yeah, that was coming as soon as we knew that Oscar Piastri wasn't going to race with Alpine. Adam says, hi Josh, enjoy the action at Silverstone and Nashville. Have a great weekend in the UK. You too. See you on the Grid Network show later on as well. I suppose considering as well, Richie, that we never got a chance to talk about F1 usually, we could while everyone's just gearing up for their practice tour for the motorcycles, we could talk a little bit about F1 and the whole Oscar Piastri drama, because it has sort of exploded massively.
Yeah.
And it's all McLaren's
Came
fault.
out of nowhere.
Yeah. What's your take on it?
Well, I think it's such a weird issue. Obviously, we haven't heard much from Alpine and McLaren themselves, so it's kind of hard to call who's at fault, really. You know, obviously, Alpine seem to have the impression that Oscar's going to sign the contract, so why not sign him on? But Oscar seems pretty convinced he's not signing that contract, obviously after his tweet he put on, which makes me think if he goes to McLaren, which I've been hearing some rumours this morning about, apparently McLaren have told Daniel Ricciardo he's out next season. Does that mean Ricciardo's out of F1, or does that mean he's going to Alpine? Obviously, he's been there previously with Renault in 2019 and 2020.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting what happens.
It really is. I can't see Danny Ricciardo going back to Alpine/Renault because, Williams has a big twitch on the bike. Oh, dear, as our internet connection goes a little bit wrong there for the connection to Richie, which isn't great.
But
I can hear you, Richie.
I feel like you can hear me.
I can hear you, yeah.
Yeah. I think there's a bit of, hostility, and there's some things behind the scenes that Fernando and Ocon and Otmar know that we don't. So I think there's also some behind-the-scene reasons of why he left. And he seems pretty happy that he's left as well.
There's a yellow flag out in the second sector to interrupt our timings here. Oh, it's a big one. And it's Damon Binder who's gone into the air fence. That's down at Stowe. So that's exactly what we saw this morning as well, with Nakagami crashing there as well. So down turn 6 at Stowe. Go on.
Just to interrupt, your stream was gone on Discord.
Oh, okay. I'll get that fixed. Dan Binder just turning in, and the bike hitting the air fence hasn't punctured it, luckily, which is good news. So they're not going to red flag and continue. There you go. Back on. So Dan Binder's up and okay. The bike's been rid of the way from Stowe Corner, so we're back running there as well. Just a little dip on the inside line as the rest of the field continue on then. Here as well as Zarco still top, but the time in this session is Miguel Oliveira fastest, as you can see, with a 2 minutes .863 at the moment, but we've still got times to come to change that from this morning. And SHT is agreeing with you as well, saying that it was reported that Alpine gave Alonso a contract extension that was worth a lower salary than Ocon, which is the other reason why he left for Alpine, due to the fact that he's aging. Well, from what I heard as well from Alpine was the fact that they wanted to give Alonso another 2-year contract and then ship him off to World Endurance Championship to run the Alpine entry.
Ooh.
But Alonso didn't want to do that. He wanted to stay in Formula One and decide when his career was over. So he's gone to Aston Martin. And the reason he's gone to Aston is because Ferrari have stopped the deal between Aston Martin and Mick Schumacher, because he's a Ferrari driver, so he got blocked effectively. And that's why this morning, or I think yesterday morning as well, one of the two, there's a press release been sent out as well with Mick Schumacher saying that he's looking forward to driving a Ferrari some point in the future. Ooh. So yeah, a bit of a negotiation tactic going on there as well, which
I'll
is
be honest,
always fun.
I think at the moment I don't think I can see him driving for Ferrari for a while, because I think Sainz and Leclerc are a pretty solid team. Yeah. And I think, Schumacher, I just don't think he'll ever be as good, or even half as good as his dad ever was. I think it's just the Schumacher name, people expect him to be at that top level, which I don't think he's a top level driver. He's a good driver, don't get me wrong, but I don't think he's quite at the Ferrari level just yet. I don't know if he ever will be, but
definitely not yet. Not yet. He needs a lot more time and a lot less crashes this season as well. Switching back attention then to MotoGP, which is good because everyone's just starting to get their runs in as well for this session, because it always takes around about 10 minutes to get a MotoGP practice up and running. Of course, we don't usually do these practice sessions live. We usually edit them down to a couple of minutes highlights for the pre-show on Sunday. So you're seeing what you never see, which is more action, as on board with Aleix Espargaro coming through turn 13 at Village and then to turn 14 at the Loop. And he's 4/10 up at the moment on Zarco's combined practice time. Michael Bezzecchi's done a 2-minute 2:04 as well for the current session. But we're going on combined times. It gets so confusing as Bezzecchi jumps to third. Oliveira jumps to fifth as well. But Bezzecchi was top as well. We're now going to switch back to the combined times to try and make it a little bit easier, because the red sector times that are coming in is to go quicker in the combined practice times, which set the top 10 running order for qualifying 2. Now, to explain that qualifying format, as Vinales and Aleix Espargaro go 1-2 for the Aprilias as well. Aleix was being towed there by Maverick, but still quite a good time. In fact, Aleix got straight on at turn 1 at Copse Corner. Now, the qualifying format is the 3 of the 4 practice sessions, so FP1, 2 and 3, all linked together for a combined time. Now, at the end of that session, the top 10 fastest drivers from all 3 practice sessions combined automatically qualify for the second part of qualifying. Qualifying 1 is for positions 11 to 24 of the combined practice times. They have to go out there, set a lap time. Yeah. During that Q1, the top 2 fastest riders will progress through to qualifying 2. Qualifying 2 will be a 12-rider shootout for pole, which is the first 4 rows of the grid, because we line up 3 each. And then further back as well, from positions 13 down to 24, that is your starting grid position as well. If you are third in qualifying 1, you start 13th on the grid. It's a nice format. We've had it for a couple of years, and it just about works. But all it means is that free practice 4, which is the 30-minute session directly before qualifying, literally there's a 10-minute gap between them, becomes completely irrelevant as well. But we always see crashes in that one, as Bezzecchi getting held up there behind, I think, Johan Mir in the Suzuki as well. Bezzecchi's looking good. How close have you followed the MotoGP this season then, Richie, as well? I know you sort of keep everything, don't you?
Yeah, I've not really been much of a bit of a wobble there from I think it was Bezzecchi. But I've not really followed it as much as I did in the last few years. Obviously, since I got into F1 properly around 2019, I kind of left MotoGP hanging a bit. But I've tried this season to get back into it a little bit, watch a few of the races, and I'm still confused with the qualifying format. Always confuses me.
It does me.
But I've always been a fan of Bagnaia, so I'm glad he's doing all right this season.
Absolutely, as well. Glad I am too, as well, as we see this is the slide you were talking about from Bezzecchi over the curbs at the exit of Woodcut as well across the start line. And he was even a little chuckle from the team principals at Ducati Muni VR46 team as well, as we ride on board with, I think this is Pepe Bagnaia, though I'm always wrong. I thought it was, no, it's just Jack Miller. Yeah, it's Jack Miller, Jack Attack. You can never tell with these two. Yeah, it's one of them. It's always the same helmet. So it'll change next year, of course, with Bagnaia not being there. He's going off to another bike factory.
Yeah.
As this is a chain down at Vale. Have we got a high side moment? Well, that's Miller holding up Aleix, and Aleix waving at Miller because he got held up, I think, by Raul Fernandez. Yeah, he has been. He's been held up by Raul. So Miller's following Raul. Raul's gone wide. Miller can't believe it, and Aleix can't believe it either, as well, and waves at Jap because of that. So that's a formation thing.
It still baffles me. They can literally look behind and have one hand off the bike and still keep control.
It always baffles me. I know what you mean. It's such a strange little thing.
Like, you wouldn't think they control these bikes as much as they could. Like, the control they have is immense, and the fact they can fall off the bikes at 100 miles an hour and then run off it's just I can't speak for it. It's weird, honestly. Like, you know, it's the same with F1, I suppose, in that sense. They can crash into a wall at 150 miles an hour and get out the car fine.
One thing that always amazes me is with the crashes you see in MotoGP, because obviously you just fly off the bike as well.
Yeah.
You see some aerial style accidents, and they just get up. They get up and walk. Just completely walk away. Their pain factors is brilliant.
Yeah. It's like, how the hell can they just get up from that? Like, even if there isn't pain, you're being flung about, so you're still going to be dizzy. But no, they just get up and walk off like nothing's happened.
Fabio Quartararo there just testing out the long loop. He's going to do that on Sunday. Go on.
Yeah. You see them sometimes pick up the bike and carry on riding.
Yes, that's true, yeah. Yeah, Marc Marquez had done that several thousand times in his MotoGP career. Marc Marquez, who is on the road to recovery, which is good news. We saw something from Valentino Rossi pop up earlier on as well. Him and his baby daughter are watching the sessions. And here's Fabio Quartararo. Every chance he gets, he's taking that long lap penalty because he's got to serve it on Sunday due to him hitting Aleix Espargaro 5 weeks ago in Assen at the last race before the summer break. He went up the inside and ran into him. Go on, Richie.
So that means they have to purposely go and take that line.
Yes, yeah. They for just if you get that long lap penalty, you have to go right at the exit of the track, go wide and take it through. We had it for about a year or two, I think. Now in MotoGP.
Yeah, I've been looking at looking at a few of the standings on my screen now, and you can see it's very close between P1 and P2, and Quartararo and Espargaro, whatever you say, and then P3, 4, and 5, very close. I think it's like 10 points in between it. So that'll be interesting. All 3 Ducati runners, so...
Yeah, just looking at the standings now on the YouTube page when you brought them open as well to talk through this session as well. It's incredibly close as well. I think Quartararo scoring no points last time out and Aleix getting some. I think it was 18. So he's gained that gap back because Quartararo's running away with the title. So he's moved within a race win. But if Quartararo wins this weekend, which is unlikely... the championship could be over.
He's a very quick driver.
He really is,
definitely. He's won many championships before.
Just one championship last year, Quartararo. Yeah, he was in contention for 20.
When they never won a championship before, they tend to throw it away easy. And I think, obviously, Ferrari have had issues, but I think Leclerc's a perfect example.
Yeah, Leclerc really is. Yeah, Leclerc is throwing away this year's title massively.
Yeah, they get into that point of like, oh, if you don't win, you're a failure. Which obviously they're not, because second's still good. So I think they think, oh, if I don't win, then I'm the worst driver ever. So they end up getting too much under pressure, they end up binning it or pushing it too much to the point where you think, why did you even do that?
France is a one that always springs to mind as we see then comes Fabio Quartararo now as well on that Petronas. Well, not Petronas Yamaha, it's the Monster Energy Yamaha. The Petronas backed out of it. Now it's the weird name is the With You Yamaha team as well down there. That isn't really referenced that much because Damon Binder keeps crashing every single weekend. And unfortunately, Andrea Dovizioso announcing his retirement right after the San Marino Grand Prix in about a month's time. So Kyle Crutchlow is back on the bike for 6 weeks, which is always nice to see. Brit back in. Kyle ran here last year on a wild card, I think, Yeah, he was on the Yamaha last year as replacing, I think, just before Morbidelli came into the picture. Due to, I can't remember if Rossi got injured or not. I think Rossi was injured last year. I think maybe not with COVID, if I remember as well.
Rossi was injured last year, wasn't he? I think it was the second half of the season, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was in it, wasn't it? And
was it COVID?
I think it was COVID. Yeah, he had multiple COVID things, didn't he?
I'll have a look.
Got back just in time for San Marino. I remember that, but. Rossi did have COVID a couple of times last year as well and missed, I think, the British... He definitely missed the British Grand Prix because Crutchlow was on the side.
COVID.
Yeah, it was COVID, yeah.
He missed... Oh, both of them was due to COVID. He missed 2 of the 14 rounds.
Yes, he got COVID in early stage of the season, then the later half of the season, which is Silverstone,
Yeah.
Aleix Espargaro then, top of the board at the moment. The top 10 have all set their time in this session, I believe, if we take a look.
Oh.
I'm trying to... Let's have a look at the current session tables. Yeah, apart from Zarco, who's dropped down to 8th. But so the top 2 have sit in this session with Aleix Espargaro and Maverick Vinales. There's Quartararo now. Blondes do have more fun, it seems. He's dyed his hair a bit more blonde. Let's take a look at one of the parts of the track. This is the Vale chicane at turns 8 and 9. And this is where Fabio Quartararo has been taking a little bit too much exit curb there. And you can't really define the white line on the curves at this track. So the track limits warnings will be out. So if you get a penalty, you will be told about it. Let's take a little look as well to the YouTube chat because it's coming through as well. SHT says as well, why would Alonso do sports car for Alpine, which is ridiculous? It was something that they were just going to put in there. SC also says, Sainz and Leclerc just unlucky. Ferrari a joke right now in terms of their race strategy, as you said. SC also said, Josh, what was Megan's reaction when Alonso announced he was going to Aston Martin? Megan said, what? As well, that was actually Monday morning. We both got woken up because we had a late night, so because we were working, so we got told the news instead of reading it ourselves.
Yeah.
Then SHT says Andrea Dovizioso contended for the championship from 2017 to 2019, came close to win the championship in 2017, but 2018 and 19 Marquez was on his own planet. He got close in 18 again, but yeah, you're completely right. It was all 2017's run for Andrea Dovizioso. Lost the title by crashing out in Valencia, lost it by 2 points to Marc Marquez, as well as there is Johan Zarco.
Very nice bike, got to say.
They are pretty, aren't they, these days?
I love the purple, yeah.
Megan says that,
they do so much a better job than Formula One for the liveries, definitely.
The purple livery just came in at midpoint of the season. Actually, they were pure. They were white and red at the start of the year. Now they're purple red and they're purple and white. Sorry, and they're actually a lot better. I do agree than what we've had previously. Megan is actually watching this session. She's not in the commentary box with us. She'll be back with us tomorrow, but she's hosting this weekend, so she's just getting ready to record her. I think it's scheduled as 15-second outro. She's got to throw back. So I've got to do all the hard work of reading out the results, and then she's going to do her own outro. So that's nice. As they come in, Aleix Parker still top. They're practicing, I think, Richie, a lot of toe runs this weekend as well, because it's a long circuit, Silverstone. We know in Formula One, if you have a toe, it helps you massively with your lap times.
Definitely. You know, also, these bikes as well, they can be so close together. I'd say even closer than the Formula One cars. So, seeing how the benefit of the toe can work, or how it won't work, can definitely help the drivers and help the teams think of plans of what they can do. Maybe putting two of their drivers together to run into a toe. You know, it's all going to be down to strategy, I think, this weekend. Obviously the bikes are, you know who's going to roughly finish around where. But I think, you know, on specific position, it'll run on strategy.
It would. It's all on the strategy as well. With it being a lights out to checkered flag race as well, no anticipation of the flag to flags coming out for rain, so they've got to really get out there. Although, saying that, track temperature is still at 33 degrees. Looking at the screen, air temperature is at 18 degrees, 46% humidity, but it's got cloudier over the circuit as well. Silverstone's got its own mini climate, which is odd for an airfield. It's really bad.
Yeah, the weather isn't too bad, but I suppose I'd rather a bit more sun. But you can see, I think, is it Marini and, well, one of the red bikes fighting there.
Bagnaia,
I think. Bagnaia. Yeah.
Yeah, it is Bagnaia. The 63, not the 43. That makes it hard to look and see which it is. As I'm looking forward to next year when it won't be that hard to tell who's who on the Ducati because they're going to be different numbers. As Marini, the brother of Valentino Rossi, the younger brother, as well, coming back through. I think it's same mother, different father for Luca and Valle.
Well, it's one of them.
Yes, it's definitely one of them. As well as they come back through, down the back straight away. And, of course, the other Rossi brother racing in, I think, Moto 3, Riccardo Rossi, as well, coming back through. It's 23 minutes to go the session. It goes quite quick. Already past half distance.
Definitely. These bikes...
Go on, Richie. Your point was better than mine.
I was gonna say these bikes are. I still can't. I don't know. I don't have another word to explain it. How they can literally be on the floor.
Yeah.
It's always confused me, and it's like I don't know how they could do it. How they don't feel any pain or vibrations in their legs to the point where they have to lift back up. I don't know.
I've often thought, would I want to have a go on one of these things? And then I think. I would, but I would be terrified. I don't think I couldn't ride it in any way, shape, or form that these guys can. I mean, the knee down is just terrifying me. Absolutely.
How they don't fall off, it just confuses me.
Yeah. As sometimes they get thrown up high as well, which is always terrifying me when they come through Maggots Beckett's. It's that part of the track. Loris Baz, back in 2016, started the race, getting thrown up high side and knocked unconscious through this part of the track as well, causing the red flag to come out as well. And that was a scary crash. And then the year before, rain on the formation lap, stopped the race as well before it even started, actually. And British Grand Prix has had a quite dramatic couple of ones. This couple of years ago, Dovizioso getting launched over the top of Quartararo's bike and then slamming back down to the ground as well. He got a concussion from that, Dovizioso, actually. Nearly missed the next race.
Jesus.
Just got out of it. Because the concussion protocols in MotoGP are an absolute joke. You can do anything you like for it all. There's Nakagami. He's 7th fastest at the moment in the combined times.
Not bad.
Yeah, he's inside the top 10. Not bad for a rider who keeps on crashing.
It's still good for a pre-lap. P1 and P2 still. And then Alex Rins 4th.
That's good news
Not
for
bad for him
Rins.
at all.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Of course, that's in
And
the
on my
current.
timing screen...
Yeah, you'll see the current
My
thing.
timing screen is a little bit different, yeah. Because it's saying here that Nakagami's 5th for me.
He is in the current session. I think you can maybe switch it around for current and non-current as well, as they still fly back through. In the current session, yeah, we've got Nakagami in 5th if we switch to it as well. Alesia's top, Vignale 2nd, Quadraro, Rins, Nakagami, Martin, Mia, Bilder, and Zarco, and Bezecchi, the top 10. Hopefully, everyone's times will improve in this session as it goes on, because it's usually the fastest time, as Alex Rins is looking quite quick. He's gone red sector 3, so he's up at the moment quite a bit. Oh, he's on the green there, the exit of the last corner. If he is, he'll get that lap time deleted, but he has gone top with a 1:59.351. That's a brilliant time around the circuit.
Just speaking about him a minute ago as well.
We were, yeah.
P1 now. And Quartararo, I've been seeing him a bit higher than he is now in 7th.
Yeah, that's it. That's I think
Miller,
everyone by Zarco and Bagnaia in the top 10 have set their lap times this session.
Okay.
So they've got to go 3.
Oh, Oliveira and Rins up again.
Yeah, quite a lot as well, actually. Rins is slightly faster in the speed trap. Actually, Rins is quick at 0.095 of a second to Oliveira on 0.018 of a second. So this is going to be fun to see. Here's at the last corner then a woodcut. Across the line comes Jack Miller. Does he improve? 3rd, massively.
Yes.
And that's
very good.
That jumps him in. Rins is going to be the big one, though, in about a minute's time.
Let's see.
I think Rins is being followed by Oliveira. Yes, he is. Look, there's Rins and there's Oliveira.
2.5 tenths. Yeah, Oliveira down. Rins 2.5 tenths up, though.
And Rins hasn't got anyone to
good.
tow him. That's unbelievable.
That's very good.
Turbo, hello Abby, says, entering the summer break, Max Verstappen has maintained such a lead that he can be ahead of Charles Leclerc until the Singapore Grand Prix, even if Leclerc wins every race. Bit off topic, but fun fact. It is a fun fact. And don't worry, it's practice. Anything can happen in practice. We can go off topic. SHD says, Bagnaia and Nakagami crashed a number of times this season. Someone's down now, actually, in Sector 2, talking about it. I can hear it in my earphones. Now the yellow flags have come out in Sector 2, so someone's crashed out. I wonder if that's down at Stowe again for the 3rd time today. Sector 2, permanent yellow now, and it's Jack Miller. Oh, that's not good.
No.
Where is that? That is Stowe, so he's up and walking
Again.
around. Yeah. 3rd crash of the weekend as Rins goes top. 1:59.246. He's a 10th quicker, and it is Stowe. Yeah, turn 7. So that's another biggie then, Richie, isn't it, down at Stowe?
It is, yeah. We had one just earlier, and yeah, he looks fine to say the least, but you can he's got quite a bit of a mark on him. Definitely on the clothing, but at least he's walking still.
Here he
Let's
is.
have a look there. Coming towards Stowe. A very odd camera angle. Oh, and he's
front dip.
straight in, and oh yeah. Too much rotation, and it's sent him off.
Front dip.
I always love
Yeah, go on.
how you look at these people who've got all the big pads on us. It makes them look like a transformer.
Yeah, I know what you mean, actually, yeah. It always gets me that. And, of course, the airbag blows up, doesn't it, half the time, which is always makes it fantastic fun to see. The yellows are out in this part of the sector, and let's hope they haven't punctured the air fence, because that'll mean they'll have to... Look, they're still trying to get it out of the air fence, actually, as well.
Yeah.
Let's hope it's not punctured, otherwise they'll have to red flag, because it is a safety hazard if any air fence gets damaged, no matter how small it is or how well it's protected beforehand. If it punctures, it's a red flag situation immediately, as this is Polo Spargo. And a new aero body update on the front here. Oh, yeah, I can see it. They've removed quite a lot of the tech and a new air intake just behind the front wheel there. That's brand new.
Yeah. But... yeah, it's a shame for Espargaro. He's currently 18th, which is definitely not where he wants to be in this session.
Yeah, yellow flag still.
Marini 14th.
SHT says Andrea Iannone also crashed so many times in 2017 during his first season with Suzuki. He did. And another Ducati crash. Yeah, Bagnaia and Nakagami have crashed so many times this season as well. Once with each other, as well. Or Nakagami crashed into Bagnaia in Spain.
Yeah.
And then they both crashed separately in the race but one in Germany. But Binder's binned it numerous times as well. Darren and Brad have both done it. And thinking about it also, Bagnaia, I think, has crashed about 6 times this year. Oh, now that's good. They've got the bike up, but the tyres punctured as well on the bike. So maybe that was something. And they can't get it out. Yellow flags are still out there now. They haven't red flagged it, so they're all going to have to go at slower paces through there. More than normal as well. In Formula 1, they'll just sort of lift off the throttle. With a yellow flag in MotoGP, you'll get your lap time deleted anyway due to the yellows, so you may as well just slow down completely because even if you save a tenth of a second or so, you can't push. And if you go through that zone, it's a yellow, you lose the lap time immediately. It's a nice safety feature. As that was developed after this part of the track in 2018 when Stowe became an ice skating rink because the brand new... Oh, can you hear me, Richie?
Yeah.
Oh, there we... Yeah, the Stowe corner as well became an ice rink when the water came down. The track service couldn't drain it as well, and the race had to be cancelled, actually, due to the amount of water. And there's confirmation. I don't think we've talked about it so far this weekend. It was announced yesterday. Portimao is to be the season opener for MotoGP at the circuit of Portimao, the circuit of the Algarve. That's because Qatar next year is having a lot of work done to its pits and paddock area and more grandstands being put up as the yellow flag finally comes in. New grandstands being put up, new paddock and pit lane being set up in Qatar, all for Formula 1. Who will be going there because they haven't had time to build a street circuit. So F1 will be racing at the Losail circuit from 2023. So what I'm being told is that Qatar will shift to a September date with Formula 1 having Qatar in an October date. But I personally would link them all together. Like start of the year, get in Bahrain, Losail, and then go over to Saudi Arabia and Jeddah. Just get those races out the way. Yeah. Triple header. I'll have a triple header personally with it.
Be nice that would at the start of the season.
Completely. And now I think we might be having an interview shortly, but I'm not hearing anybody down in the pit lane, which is weird. Usually we do have usually it's Bradley Smith in the pit lane for the BD Sport guys, but I'm not hearing anything. Natalie Quirk's around somewhere as well, but she's been doing her hour shift as well for Nat's lunch break. And Susie Perry will be back tomorrow as well. She'll be hosting the main shows as Jack Miller walks back in. Second Ducati crash of the day after Bagnaia crashed at Beckett's this morning.
Yeah.
And they walk back in.
Ducati not doing, obviously in the standings they're leading, but they've had too many crashes already this season.
Yeah, they closed that door as well. Yeah, way too many crashes. Not good at all as Miller walks back in. Have a quick debrief before he goes back out. If at all he goes back out in the next 12 minutes or so, depending on what data they've need to get. SHT says, I remember the 2016 MotoGP Dutch Grand Prix. That race was a crazy one with a number of top names DNFing and also Jack Miller's iconic win with Marc Marquez second and Scott Redding third. Yeah, I remember commentating on that race as well. It was the first ever MotoGP red flag I'd commentated on. There's a replay of the crash. Oh, and that Ducati front has been completely ripped off. So that's a bike gone then.
Definitely need to get that repaired ready. On board with now. Number 20, that's Quartararo.
El Diablo. Coming back through up there. Sector time's looking good so far.
Yeah, confused because obviously
wiggled it. His leg came off the handlebar. Sorry. His leg came off the ankle rest and the bike nearly threw him up high. And he's practicing that long lap again. Box change, so he's going to change his bike, I think, in a second. Go on, Richie. You were going to say something if I went, whoa.
I was going to say, I'll get mixed up because the corner numbers are different here than they are for other motorsports, aren't they?
Yes,
because they start a different place to where Formula 1 and Formula 2 start.
Yeah, the original pit straight for Formula 1 here as well that we use for MotoGP. The only reason we use that is because This is what this is what happened to Quartararo again, coming out of the loop. Oh, this is him taking the long lap penalty. Okay.
Yeah.
So because the wing section may be fantastic and massive, but it's actually it's the smallest paddock of the season, even smaller than Monaco, because
is it?
Yeah, you can't get MotoGP, Moto3, and Moto2 in that paddock. We tried it for 2 years, and you just can't get in. They are, however, finally increasing the width of the paddock so that we can have Moto2, Moto3 inside it as well. So what we understand is that in 2023 or 2024, MotoGP will go back to using the wing section. Yeah, it's just because it's in the middle of nowhere, the wing. You have to take a bus to get there. And it's just it's easier to use the bigger infield pit lane on the national pitch straight as well. Actually, I don't mind it. It suits it. Go on.
It's not to mention Rins, a 4.5 gap over Miller and Espargaro.
Absolutely.
Which one is it? Yep, it is Espargaro.
Yeah, absolutely insane. Oh, and there's Suzuki having another little moment there as well. Coming back through and mapping 8, please. That's do not break the bike and just control that rear differential as well. Apparently, there's been more silly season rumours coming through.
Oh.
So I wonder what I'm on Twitter now to see what's going to happen. This is the F1 silly season rumour as well. Team boss Gunter Steiner says Haas don't have to wait for Ferrari on deciding Mick Schumacher's future with the team. Presumably they want to keep him. Haas team principal Gunter Steiner doesn't have to wait. Yeah. This
is a pretty big one I've just seen.
Go on.
Toto Wolff has approved Alonso's move to Aston Martin as if Hamilton retires at the end of 2023. Wolff would like a driver like Fernando alongside Russell.
Oh.
Now that's
why then, yeah.
Yeah, that's spicy.
Everything's just getting amazing at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah. There's still more about Ricciardo and Piastri.
Yeah.
But I think if Daniel leaves McLaren, he's got to go to Alpine, surely.
What is this on the back of that Pramac? It's like two. It's 4.
The camera, isn't it?
No, the horns, the winglets. The camera's normal, but the horn winglets as well. It's like 4 red winglets on the back. I've never seen that. Look at that. That's insane. That's a great little aero thing, if that's true. That's on Bastianini.
Is that Bastianini's car?
Yeah, Bastianini for the Grenesci bike. So out there was also, what has happened there?
That is very weird, isn't it, that?
It's not usually allowed. Earrings are a bit on the nose, so we'll keep an eye on that one. Oh, well, you know where to go then if there's a big update soon. The 2022 bike's designed, of course, with engines being free to change this season as well before getting homologated for the years to come after the COVID. They got stuck with 3 years on the same bike, basically. And this year, first change of everything coming through. Joshua Burch, SHTs are asking something to me. What is it? Then after the 2016 Dutch Grand Prix, another race in Germany in the next round. Yes, it was. What do you want to say? That was it. You've retracted your message. I can't see anything else coming through there as well. SHT, has it come through? Lean angle is at 58 degree. So that's okay, just touching on the 60. We're at 65 at some point without somebody crashing here at Silverstone before. So usually that's pretty much a done deal for a crash. But it's all looking good so far. 7 minutes to go of this second practice session. It's not that long compared to normal. And practice 3 tomorrow morning, I think at 9:55 UK time. You can join us for live coverage of that. And free practice 4 is at 1:30, and then Megan will be hosting from 2 o'clock as well. First qualifying starts at 2:10, 15 minutes. Then Megan takes over for 10 more minutes as well. Me and her were talking in the box. Megan goes outside the box and talks as she's the hosting. And then we're back for qualifying 2. Warm-up Sunday morning as well, 20-minute action. And the race as well live. And we'll be live, I believe, at 12:30 I think it is, for Sunday's race.
Something like that, yeah. I think it's...
Yeah.
I'll have a quick look.
I think it's 1 o'clock as race starts, so we'll be live 12:30. Because I know our YouTube stream is having a bit of a problem at the moment because we can't put them on because we exerted it last weekend. YouTube have limited 1 o'clock. So yeah, we're on at 12:30 then. Because I know this morning they've changed around the Moto 3 and Moto 2 and Moto GP schedules. So it now goes Moto 3, Moto GP, Moto 2 is the order.
Oh.
And we did try and cover the Moto 3 this weekend, but because we still haven't got permission to put the uploads on the other highlights, we can't do the live this weekend. It was different if we were at the circuit, but we can't, so that's a shame. So Moto 2 and Moto 3 aren't on for us this weekend. But they are on ITV4 if you're in the UK. And Moto 3 is on ITV4. Moto 2 is on ITV, straight after the main Grand Prix.
Is it?
Yeah, I think. But everything, but we're just watching BT Sport because it's easier as well. Fabio Quartararo getting back on the bike as well after Jack Miller and Aero Bastianini had a little bit of a fight coming out the pit lane of who wanted to go first. SHT's responded to your little comment there, Richie, as well about Toto Wolff saying, I didn't know Toto Wolff did make that decision. It'll be very interesting to see Alonso driving the Mercedes, but I don't know if it will happen, to be honest, as well.
I think, obviously, I think Toto knows Fernando's too old to be in the Mercedes, I think. So I think he's just, someone like Fernando. Someone who just, just doesn't hold back, that's going to keep pushing and pushing and pushing. Fernando, he's getting on a bit. He's 41, I think, yeah. Yeah, 41, 41, Hungary, wasn't it?
Hungary, Saturday in Hungary or Friday in Hungary, one of the two.
One of the two. And, he's still got that pace, even though that Alpine isn't the best car, he's still got the pace of the younger drivers, which you think, in general, you think I'll get rid of him, but you compare him to Kimi Räikkönen, and Kimi Räikkönen just didn't have in what he did before, but Alonso still has.
Yeah, Alonso's still got that fire and talent, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Second in Canada in the quali.
I don't need to leave yet, so I'm happy he's got a multi-year contract with Aston, and I hope it's quite a few years, because I don't want to see Fernando leave yet. He's still got that talent. If he was, getting on a bit and he was just not as good, then maybe, let him rest. But he's still got that talent. He's still got that fight. That he still wants to win. So, let him stay. He's got the pace. He's got the talent. So,
absolutely, got the talent, got the pace. Just let him get on with it as well. It always makes more sense as they fight through. Go on.
Yeah, I'll say he's one of them drivers you can just kind of let him run his own race. He'll decide what he wants to do.
Yeah.
So they can they can trust him to get on with what he needs to do. Then they can focus more on Ocon. They'll say to Alonso, blah, 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 and he'll get on with it.
I think SHT's hit the nail on the head here as well, as there's Nadia Palvoni as well, the Guaneschi Racing team principal. SHT says 3-year deal with Aston Martin as well for Alonso. If he does race till 2025, he'll be 44 and the only F1 driver to compete in 400 Formula One Grand Prix in his F1 career. I think that's what he's going for. The most ever.
That is a lot.
Yeah, he's already got the most ever mileage in an F1 car. As well. Yeah, he got that last time out.
Oh, something, yeah. Isn't it like 90,000 kilometres?
Something like that. It's something ridiculous, like that, isn't it? Yeah. Alonso's done 346 Grand Prix starts now. So
nearly his 350th. He'll get that before the end of the year. Would that be Monza? 350?
Hang on, what's he done now? 345, 346 is already done. 347, 348, 349, 350, Singapore.
Oh, that's not a bad Grand Prix for your 350th one.
That's quite a fun Grand Prix, yeah. He'll overtake Barrichello at 349, I think. Barrichello.
And Bagnoli's gone 4th. And Marini's gone 5th.
Mia's gone top for Suzuki. Suzuki 1-2.
Oh, I didn't see that.
159.1.
Quartararo's up by 2/10. Espargaro's up by 0.03 of a second. So Quartararo could be looking to take the top if he can get some more pace in the final two sectors.
2 minutes to go as well.
Marini and Miller have jumped up. Bastianini's 10th. I don't know if he was before, but that's knocked Zarco out.
That has, yeah.
Top 10.
Zarco.
So he's going to have to get some more pace.
Fernandez hasn't improved this session, and neither has Zarco. So they're the only two who haven't improved in this practice 2 session. So Zarco's time from this morning still counts. So he's out by 67 thousandths of a second. if this is the best of the conditions before tomorrow, let's say it rains tomorrow morning,
Yeah.
this is the top 10 going through to qualifying 2, and the rest have to battle out for 2 spots in qualifying 1. You pretty much know if you're going through qualifying 1, you've only got an 80% shot at getting through to the next session. Whoa!
First. Very nice there. Espargaro, where's he going to go now? He's coming around the final couple of corners, I think.
Yeah, Fabio Quartararo.
He's down on his time, though.
Yeah, 300 down, yeah.
Vinales goes, whatever his name is, goes 4th.
Vinales.
Bagno's not down now. Bassini's knocked out. Martin, whatever his name's, gone 10th. And
Aleix goes 3rd.
He goes 3rd.
And Fabio Quartararo.
Marino.
Yeah, Marini goes 5th.
Yeah, Marini's 5th.
Fabio Quartararo.
Now he's coming on his lap.
Yeah, Fabio Quartararo becomes the only man this weekend then to go into the 158s, 158.946 with 40 seconds left. And no one else is improving on sector times. Watch out for Bastianini, though, because he maybe dropped down to 12th, but he's looking quite quick. And I think Zarco's going to improve on his time, too. Bagnaia goes into 5th position overall. Zarco does jump to 4th. That kicks out Martin as well. Bastianini goes 6th. Miller goes 7th. So that switched things over again at the front.
It has indeed, yeah. I didn't see Zarco get up that high. I knew he'd be in the top 10, but I didn't think he'd be 4th. I thought he'd be around the 8th, 9th mark because he didn't look too quick. But Quartararo, I don't think he's going to be improving. And
2 tenths
so
down
I think
now.
it's kind of his job done. But Vinales is 2 tenths down, so he's not looking to be improving by too much. But
Oliveira,
you never know what you can find in the last couple of sectors.
Oliveira's got a red first sector time, so he's very, very quick at the moment as well. If you knew, red is fast, amber is slow, and if it's greyed out, it's just on the bubble of not even being a best lap.
Well, if Oliveira gets through, it could see Vinales out of the top 10, which is definitely not good for him.
That's not good.
And it'll knock Martin down to 12th.
That Aprilia has been running good this weekend as well as Dad. It's sad to see that he's right there at the moment. Quartararo's not going to improve. He's just going around for a practice start.
Yeah.
He's safe enough anyway. Second sector time for Oliveira. It's down. So he's not going to improve.
Oh.
Cross the line. That's Quartararo. Where's Vinales? Crossing the line now. And goes 3rd. Okay, so he's put himself
very
safe.
Nice.
Marini's in danger now.
Zarco. Yeah, let's see what Zarco can do. He's coming around into sector 3 now.
Yeah, just at...
with the beautiful purple bike.
Just at Aintree then. He's got a couple more corners to go. Rins is 6th. Bradl's 15th. For the first time, he's currently ahead of Pol Espargaro. Of course, Bradl replacing Marc Marquez for the duration of his injury repairness, as that's Bezzecchi going wide. No, that's Marini going wide, because here's Bezzecchi on the 72 coming through as they approach the line. Zarco might improve. Up from 5th position. He's 2 tenths down, though. But then again, Quartararo's got a gap to Mia, so goes 4th. 159.134.
Ooh, Oliveira 6th.
That puts himself.
Bezzecchi 10th. That has knocked Bagnaia out.
Oh, it gets from bad to worse for Bagnaia, doesn't it? Oh, that's so the practice starts, the yellow flags. That's at the exit of Luffy. That's at the exit of Chapel down the Hanger Straight. So it's Fabio Quartararo then, who's done the fastest time at 158.946. Go on.
Bagnaia was out by 6 thousandths.
No.
Of a second. No, 7 thousandths of a second.
You're right.
Bezzecchi 59.378 and then Bagnaia 59.385.
I can't believe this. What is going on with them? Ducatis they can fight. Well, they are literally Ferrari, aren't they? Ducati, Italian team, Ferrari coming through. They're all just making the same mistakes again and again and again. As Mia takes away the world champion of 2020. He's finished 2nd in this session. It's the world champion of 2021 who's on top with Fabio Quartararo, who's done a 158.946 as things currently stand. So then, Richie, my question to you is, who's going to take pole tomorrow? Who are you favouriting?
Oh, it's gonna be a close one, but I'm gonna go bold. I'm gonna say Vinales.
Oh, bold and good decision. I like that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Vinales.
Good.
The rest of it, I don't have a clue, but
yeah,
we'll see what happens. Should be interesting.
Absolutely right. We're just waiting for the music to come through.
Who are you gonna go for?
I will go for Alex Rins.
Oh.
That's another little call, but I'll go with Alex Rins. There's that fairings updates at the back there as everyone else does their practice starts. Right, let's take a look at the full results then. From free practice 2, it's Fabio Quartararo who's gone fastest on a 1:58.946. Johan Mir second, followed by Maverick Vinales third, Johan Zarco fourth, Alicia Spargo fifth, Miguel Oliveira is sixth, Alex Rins seventh, Anea Bashini is eighth, Jack Miller ninth, Marco Bezzecchi rounds out the top 10, and currently the top 10 going through to qualifying 2. Further down, 11th onwards, it will be Francesco Bagnaia kicked out, as Richie said, by just 7,000ths of a second. Luca Marini's 12th, Jorge Martin 13th, Alex Marquez is 14th, Stefan Bradl 15th, Paul Espargaro 16th, Fabio Di Gianantonio is 17th, Takiki Nakagami 18th, Andrea Dovizioso is 19th, Franco Morbidelli is done in 20th, not a good result there for the Monster Energy factory rider. Brad Binder 21st, Remy Gardner 22nd, Darren Binder 23rd, and the only driver not to improve his lap time in this second session is Raul Fernandez.
Yeah, I'd say very surprising from Morbidelli down in 20th.
Yeah.
That's very surprising from him. 1.1 seconds off his teammate Quartararo.
So, Raul Fernandez also didn't improve on his time. He was still 24th overall in this session as well, so he was really down on the deck and out of it as well. Okay, my thanks to you, Richie, for joining me for this one. Hopefully to have you more on throughout the year as well for some more stuff.
Definitely.
And, end of Friday then, and it's all going the way of Fabio Quartararo, it seems, a 1:58.946. Megan, it's going to be quite an interesting little run as we go into towards tomorrow. Back to you, Megs.
Thanks, Josh. We'll be back tomorrow for free practice 3 and 4, and then qualifying, and then on Sunday with the race. Thank you for watching.